What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? We in these streets and we in these Lou Takes streets. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? My first time getting with the big dog. You know what I mean? He out there wrecking shop, breaking down film. You know what I'm saying? Let me know about Brock Hoffman. I'm like, okay, somebody tell me about him because I've been the man. I've been asking about this guy and I need some real takes. But I'm happy to finally have you on. I'm blessed that you, when I hit you up, you said, yeah, I was blessed that you are. And I'm just, give you a little introduction if anybody don't know.
Yeah, man. Hey, appreciate it, big game. Hey, I'm a huge fan. Y'all know. Hey, I pay attention to the final word. I be every time when big game James. Hey, we back in these work streaks. Yeah, I gotta tune in. I gotta tune in because he finna talk about some. I be yelling at the phone like, oh yeah, I be saying the same thing. Yes, exactly. So you keep it real. You don't do no fluff. I love when you can be authentic, be you, because hey, we need that in the Cowboys community, and you one of the greats. I don't know if anybody told you that for sure.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Blessed that, I'm like I said, I'm blessed. Like I said, I love talking to the young up and comers coming up in the game, really turning it up, really giving real good breakdown. We just was off air talking like I really love people who have played the game, at a high level, especially when we're talking about certain positions because they give me insight because I don't know everything. So I always want to get more knowledge. So I love getting insight from all. And you have great knowledge and great insight. So that's why I said, hey, I got to do a show with him, pick that brain, and let's get at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it first of all. Dallas Cowboys, we seen what happened last year. They hit free agency earlier. Just talk to me about, before we talk about, draft, how do you feel? Do you feel because they started early, it's not changing anything with me. I feel like you're just starting it earlier of the same things you do. You're trying to shut people up maybe because you got Schottenheimer. I don't know. What do you kind of feel about, the early signings as of now?
Yeah, it's a lot of overcompensating going on
Mm-hmm.
up in Frisco, in my opinion. Am I happy? I was hoping for something different. I'm glad that they are going different, but when you look at the whole thing, y'all, it ain't nothing different. They had to do this. We had 27 free agents when we left. That's a lot of free agents, including our own. So they had to fill out this team because hey, we can't just forfeit games going in the next season. We had a wave of free agents leave this past year. Now we have another wave leave this year, and we have too many holes to fill. So I'm glad they did the bare minimum, but once you do the bare minimum with me, I ain't gonna give you. I'm gonna give you what you deserve. I'm not gonna give you more than what you're owed. So it's a long road to go. Did you suffice? No, you clearly haven't sufficed because we're going into the draft with more holes than ever before. We over here fighting within ourselves. Oh, we need a receiver. Oh, we need an O line. Oh, we need D lineman. It's all y'all fault because
Mm-hmm.
the good teams fill it out before we head into this space, so we can have a clear vision. So we don't go in drafting hungry, drafting horny, with sugar eyes. So we can go in with a right mind and actually build this team. So nah, I'm not happy with what's going on right now. Maybe one more move, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact I'm torn. I'm honestly big. I'm torn. Like if they do this, are they doing this to hide that they hired Shotty? You know what I'm saying? I'm happy we got Shotty. I love Shotty, but I just hate the process we got here. So I'm still not gonna let them off the hook.
Yeah, and that last part of it is they lucked up because I don't like the process either. It's the same process. Nothing has changed about what you have done. You just lucked up and got a guy that might be really good, and that ain't y'all. You know what I mean? It's just that's a flawed process. But here's my thing with all of that. When I look at this situation as a whole, what's your biggest what's the biggest need right now for the team in your opinion?
D tackle,
Man,
D
dog.
tackle.
See, no, look, listen. This is my problem because see, I did a mock draft and I've been hyping that draft. I ain't gonna lie, I've been hyping it because I went to 24. I picked up Luther Burden III, and then I doubled up at the defensive tackles. I got Tyleek Williams and I got Alfred Collins. Dog, bruh, that's what I'm talking about. I want a Jacksonville Jaguars team back in them early 90s, late 90s, 2000s with Marcus Stroud, John Henderson. Dog, when you can get that, you can get those other things. It makes it so much easier because you've been having problems with this run game for so long. You've
For
been
so
having
long.
you've been talking about it for too long. And now you have a very good defensive tackle class. You have a good running back class. But don't tell me you can't get a running back later, a very good one, and still shore up that middle. You can get the Calais Campbell. He's 1 year, 2 million Miami last year. You can get that. Draft a couple guys. You feel better because now when you get those other parts, I'm telling you, that game is so much easier when you stop in that run all the time.
Yeah, and I love, my brothers and sisters within this community space, but I view the game differently than everybody else, and everybody hate the way I viewed it. They just think, oh, it's just old lineman and nothing else. No, I just feel like how the game is played. Certain positions matter more than others. Like I would rather have a D line than a safety because at the end of the day, the safety can cover for 30 years. If we can't get to the quarterback or we can't stop the run, the D lineman gonna make the job for the safety a lot harder versus the D line making the job a lot easier for the safeties. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I like I keep going back to this theme. I keep preaching this. We did not lose games because we didn't have enough. We lost games because we were soft. We were
Right.
soft. We were soft in
Mm-hmm.
them big games. I'm not even talking about Green Bay. I'm talking about leading up to it because we lost the exact same way, y'all, with Dan Quinn. The exact when we played Buffalo, Buffalo didn't throw the ball at all. They lined up and ran it down your throat. Like I don't know when people are gonna start realizing that teams they view when the real team we play the real teams they just knuckle up and like we ain't gonna get
We
cute.
don't believe you. We don't
We don't
believe you.
believe you. It's a facade. We're gonna break through that wall, and you ain't gonna stop us. And I tell you, every time when somebody lines up and break through the wall, the levees break. That's when you get blown out by 40. Because when you can't stop them up front, bro, they have your entire soul. So no weapon in the world can save you. I mean, I don't want to make this a weapons versus trenches thing, but like we got the teams in the league who got all the weapons in the world. Miami, Atlanta. What is the difference? Why they can't hang around? It's because they ain't got the guys up front.
Mm-hmm.
Until they do that, until you fix that, you ain't gonna win jack.
That's the truth. And I mean, they're talking about Atlanta right now. What's the biggest problem? They can't get pressure. They can't stop the run. And when you can't do that in games, I don't care what offense you got, dog. I don't care if you can throw the ball everywhere and run. That's eventually going to stop. You're going to come against a team that's going to stop that. There's going to be teams that stop that. And them good teams, we always see them lose, especially the last 3 years when you're talking about Dan Quinn and even last year, even with Mike Zimmer when teams said when we decide to knuckle up against y'all and we decide we're going to do what we want to do, they do it. It's almost like teams may experiment with us, but then when they get serious and really want to do what they do, they have big drives, 10 play
Yeah.
drives, score touchdowns. I get tired of it, but it's like you're going to see it all the time when you're, like you said, not building that up front. So let me ask you with that idea. Is there anybody? How do you feel about Calais Campbell? Is there any other defensive tackle? With the draft is right here, so I'm almost feeling like it's a moot point because the draft is right here, and they're almost like we got our couple defensive tackles. We okay? Do you think you're going to hit anybody else before the draft?
I mean, I hope so. We need like unless they got plans of doing like what you did and double dipping, which I hope they do. We need multiple, and if I had to pick, I wouldn't worry about no three tech. I want straight one. You got Osa. Osa's there.
Mm-hmm.
You got the guy from Solomon Thomas. He can back
Mm-hmm.
up the three. I want bodies. You need bodies. Mozzie is not
Right.
enough. You don't unless you. There's only two ways to build a D line. Either you got a guy that you can lean on, and when he come in, he's just unstoppable, or you need a slew of guys that you come in and you can just lean on the D line, the O line, throughout the whole game. If you don't have that
Mm-hmm.
rotation or that guy, you don't have nothing. They're not afraid to do anything to you. So and that's why you go into them games. You be like, oh, you getting every which way. You're gonna mess up. Eberflus's scheme. I don't like it. This is why I tell y'all the Joneses don't know football. Eberflus's scheme is built on base defense, which means he don't do anything out of the ordinary. Everybody got
Mm-hmm.
to hold the gap. Everybody got to stop the run. We ain't committing more. Now he done more in the past. He added like a couple of few. He's changed a little bit, but your DNA is your DNA. So the
Mm-hmm.
3 tech got to be stout. The 1 tech got to be stout. The ends got to be stout. We can't have no hero ball. Nobody swimming out of the gap. Trying to go. Micah gonna have to really learn how to set that edge this year because
Yes.
you're gonna have to rely heavy on them force defenders and forcing it outside because this is how it Eberflus's scheme is we set the umbrella up. The whole point is we don't give up no big play, and we handle everything up front. So you're gonna have to nut up, shut up, or yeah.
I like what that's saying, but once again, you have to get the personnel to match your thought pattern because if you don't have that personnel with what you're talking about, you're still going to get ran through.
Exactly.
Especially if that scheme is a more base scheme that you're talking about, and you don't have those guys, you're really going to get exposed because that scheme is not doing anything tricky. It's what you see is what you get, so it can get exposed early with more intricate offenses because they know this is what they're going to see on a daily time. So your guys really have to be good, like you say. So you really have to get some guys. So I don't know, dog. What do you think of Mozzie?
I think Mozzie's a good rotational piece. I think he's improving. I don't want him to be my guy. I trust him. Like he did good versus the division. But
Mm-hmm.
like I mean, uh, okay, like the games are being played versus teams outside. You being good versus division tells me, okay, you good at going against a common opponent. Preparing the same way. These guys. When you know the person in front of you, you can excel. What about when you're going up against a defense or offense we never seen before, a playoff caliber offense? That's when we sink, and that's the difference between the great players and the Jimmys and Joes. That's the difference. So no, if I want to replace him. Well, I don't want to replace him. I want to push him down the depth chart, like Vox said. I want to push him
Yeah.
down. I
Yes.
don't want to prop him up, because
Yes.
he's not that guy. I mean, I understand coming in that you drafted him and DQ turned him into something he not. That's your fault. That's your fault up front office. You don't have a pulse on your team and you go around thinking, oh, I'm gonna pick the guy because I'm just all and high and mighty. No, this is not how football works. If the guy is a 2 gap defender, you can't make him a finesse guy overnight because he's 345 pounds. And that's the problem with people. People think the trenches is just plug and play. It's not plug and play. It's not just big guys going out there. It's a skill and it's a strength to it. So yeah.
I see. That's why I like talking to you. I'm gonna like talking to you a lot more because I get realness out of here, and you get what I'm saying. I'm all about them trenches, even though I'm a little guy. I'm still love them trenches. You know what I mean? So I've been feeling you on Mozzie. I've been not trying to be negative about this man. I've been just saying, okay, I'm just leave him alone. But I can't. I'm not ever going to rely on you, dog, because once I've seen, I don't. People say, oh, this could be year 3. No, it's not. It's not a year 3 with him. This is what he is. This is what Mozzie is. I'm not gonna see anything different. And as you said, you need to be a good rotational piece. That's why I'm doubling up in the draft and getting real dogs. And then maybe Mozzie, you'll be better. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not counted on as being the guy, maybe you might be better than because you can't be good as the guy. You're not the guy. You won't be the guy. And we need other guys to make you be more of the player that can make splash plays that can really help us out in the rotational and the you know. Oh, Mozzie Smith got the big sack. You ain't think he get it because you know what I mean.
Exactly.
You feel me? You ain't think he get it. He's sneaky now. He might get sneaky 4 sacks because he ain't the guy no more. He pushed on the depth chart. Now he gets sneaky 4 sacks.
Yeah.
Now he started getting them big tackles. You feel me? That's what I want. I don't want him as a starting guy no longer. Get some other guys in there,
Yeah.
and this is the draft to do it, in my opinion. What's a guy that you really like at the defensive tackle in the draft? I'm just kind of go out of place because I like to freestyle. I don't care.
You good? Talking about high up or just anywhere?
Just defensive tackle that if you had a pick right now, like give me 3 guys off the top of your head, defensive tackles that you say, man, if we got this dude, I'll be feeling good.
Oh, if we trade back a little bit and get Kenneth Grant from Michigan, I would love it.
Why do you like him?
First of all, the size.
You're not scared of Michigan, though?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Michigan. I understand. It's a good fear, but
I'm nervous.
but they got some
I don't
deep
wanna
tackle.
do
We,
that.
we picked the wrong one. We be picking the wrong one.
How
We
is he
picked
the
the
right
wrong.
one, Lou?
He got the strength. He got the attitude. When I see him, I pay attention to when you trying to do a move and how like how the offensive lineman react. Are they against your will when you move? If so, I
See,
gotta have you.
before you finish that, next time we do a show, I'm gonna have the tape, so we just watch this. Next
Oh,
time
you
I have the
can.
tape, I did this on the fly. Next time we're gonna have the tape, so you can just talk about this because you finish what you saying because you're
Yeah.
gonna have to convince me because I'm nervous about the Michigan guys now. I'm sorry.
I love both of them. But if I would prefer Grant because Graham is more of a three tech, and we need ones. Other guy, I love Tyleek Williams out of Ohio
Mm-hmm.
State. Love him. I had to argue with somebody saying he was a three tech. No, he ain't no three tech. I think you know how y'all play like a hokey scheme, right?
Yes,
Like y'all just
bro.
get big guys and y'all will put a nose at the three because y'all just trying to put fear in the old line. It ain't
Exactly.
like
They're just trying
yeah,
to clog that middle, dog. And it's
exactly.
interchangeable. And the way Larry Johnson runs that, it's interchangeable. That man is not no three tech, okay?
Yeah,
That man is playing over that center and that guard, and he's holding and plugging and he's pushing back. That's what I need. He's
exactly.
nasty. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
I need nasty. That's the biggest thing. I need somebody with that 6'3", 340 and nasty because we haven't had that. Tell me the last player on the defensive tackle that was at least a 6'3", 330 that was nasty for us. Name
Yeah, before me, I was in diapers probably.
it. Exactly. Exactly. We haven't
Exactly.
had one, probably 90s.
Exactly. And we need that. And in a class full of like dancing bears, I call it. That's my term I use for guys who move the big guys like over like 330, 340, moving better than the guys behind them. I call them dancing bears. Tyleik Williams ain't that athletic. He ain't athletic as the guys, but he get the job done. And that's all I ask. He gonna two gap. He ain't got much moves in the repertoire, but he guess what? He has a plan at least. If he gonna rush down the middle of you, I don't want a guy just firing off and just just you just lean on. No, just set him up a little bit, Tyleik. You know what I'm saying? Then go at him. Use your weight that way. And he's a sneaky pass rusher. He ain't gonna get sacks for you, but I call pass rushing because he does something that no other D tackle does. I saw on film. He gets that power up. You know what I'm saying? And make it hard for the offense for the quarterback to throw. Whatever you got to do to win the rep, I appreciate that. Now the quarterback, as he's throwing, he got to worry about throwing against this big paw window right there in his face. You didn't hit, made your back seven happy. They happy. Now the ball coming out wobbly, out of order, out of whack. I appreciate stuff like that. So he's a dirty work type of player.
Now, let me ask you this, though, because they say this about Tyleik Williams. One of his deficiencies is he has shorter arms. And that's one of the things that maybe people are concerned about with him because I think I've seen Derek Harmon, his arms like 32 and Talik's like 30, 31.
Mhm.
People are talking about that. You say batting down balls, is that going to be a issue in the NFL when you're having guys that are a lot bigger, a lot longer, and you're not maybe going to be able to do that?
I mean, offensive lineman is all about boxing. That's why
Okay.
I use this term a lot. It's boxing. So if you a long arm boxer and you face somebody, you got short arms. What you gonna do? What's the obvious? You gotta close within space. If you the
Mm-hmm.
longer boxer, you gotta create space because that's how you be able to function. So he does, struggle with his hands a bit, especially on the run. I see him fold up, and I need him like to keep his hands free. That's what you got. It's what you pay your coaches for. We got White Cotton from the Jets for a reason, right? And he was over there making that Jets D line go crazy, right? Well, let's put them dollars to work. Let's get some technique, talk within the kid. But I want the size. I have the size. As long as I got
Mm-hmm.
that mass and it's something lean up on, I don't care how long your arms are, offensive lineman. You got to lean with 345 pounds for 4 quarters. Good luck. Like Vita Vea, he got long arms?
Mm-hmm.
I'm as a former old lineman, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I would be literally like, oh my God, Vita Vea this week, because it's a lot to handle. That's a lot to handle. He ain't pass rushing either, but he gonna be leaning on you all game long, straight 345 of muscle. That has an effect on you.
I mean, talk about that. See, that's why I'm excited because you played the game. You played offensive line. What position did you actually play?
Now, hold on, connection. You,
Are you there?
yeah, you good. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm
Say it
back.
again.
Sorry about that. Okay, I was saying, what position did you play in the offensive line?
I played guard and tackle. I was mainly a
Okay,
tackle,
okay.
left side. Yeah.
Now, 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 let's talk about this. You said you played guard and tackle. Talk about playing against a big dude, and what you said leaning on you, like what are the advantages you having a guy that's 6'3", 340, 350, and he's coming at you? What is, I mean, talk about how you have to deal with that all game, and what is that like in them trenches?
Shoot, I'll take y'all to physics class, man. If something heavy and he moving fast, that creates what? Force. And my whole job is to move what? Him against his will. So you got to move a boulder that's not steel. He's coming at you against his will. That makes double teams much harder. We gotta really be. It's just you got to put in a lot more energy per rep to deal with a guy
Mm-hmm.
like that. And if you put in more energy per rep, and like on top of that, we not man, it's gonna make we now them we ain't uprooting to the linebacker. We gotta go halfway. We gotta at least shield them off a little bit. We gotta Brock Hoffman this thing a little bit. We may get the initial punch. We gotta hope that we gotta come off, fire off, and hope we can knock him up, knock him off balance, and then start moving him. If he fire off with great leverage and he got that weight, but we gonna be at the line of scrimmage all day. That's what it is. We not moving. It's gonna be a stalemate all throughout the game. That's what he creates. And on a pass rush, you better pray that he don't come up with a heat of scheme, and you can't be on your heels because man, he come off the wrong way, he can run you over. Or
Mm-hmm.
he in the NFL, he may show you with some athleticism. You can't be blocking with your hands and your hands over here. You got to make sure you got to be squared up with him, make because he gonna run through your hands. He heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit more you got to think about and got to rep it out.
All right, so you played the offensive line. I want to talk about this offensive line, in particular one player, because you did an awesome video on it. You need to, anybody who's in this feed right now need to go check out that video on Lou's Take, that breakdown he had of Brock Hoffman. It was awesome. I really liked looking at it. But I want to go along the positions because I gave the grades for the offense and the defense and the offensive line. I gave a low C, and I gave it at least a C just because I like Tyler Smith, I like Cooper Beebe. I think Guyton can get better. But let's start on the right side. Terrence Steele isn't going anywhere just because you are lacking depth. You're lacking players. You don't have that line that you used to, so it makes no sense to cut him. What is your thoughts on Terrence Steele? Like, we know he has problems in the pass game. We know he's pretty decent in the run. Will this Clayton Adams, from what you've seen of him and his scheme, do you think it's going to help him, first of all?
Um, I believe so because like I'm getting on the O line a lot, but part of the reason why they struggled was McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
Just McCarthy, and you a coach, you know it. It's just the coaching in general. Like McCarthy was not a guy that I feel he was on our trenches enough. Like it was reports they was sitting out in practice, not practicing as much, and he just built up a softer mentality, and you saw it in the games. Like, and then on top of that, his play calling became more finesse. It was way more finesse. It was overcompensating. I know he was dealing with a lot. Having two rookies come in, that's half the offensive line, y'all. Two rookies, and you moved them from position. So you
Mm-hmm.
you going out there with a blank face. So I know it's a lot on him, but at the same time, you don't go out there and throw the ball 70% of the time if you know that, because and that's how you hurt him. So with Terrence Steele, I think that was part of the reason why he struggled early on. Everyone's game got better when the play calling changed, and it changed because we had Cooper Rush back there, and we started
Mm-hmm.
running the ball more, and we started catering towards the offensive line because we knew nothing was going to work unless we do that.
Mm-hmm.
I put out a whole video on that, Cooper Rush and Dak versus Dak. I made it, it was a little oxymoron, but I was saying like how our approach to how we handled Cooper Rush at quarterback versus Dak, I don't have man, I just dislike a lot. I dislike it a
Yeah.
lot. We
Yeah.
we 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 just change it to become more rookie year Dak like. That's and for Cooper Rush. We become more of that. We have him come on a third down and make the throw when he needs to instead of relying heavy on Dak. That's part of the reason why you had your guys on his heels all throughout the game, and you're going up against, I mean, TJ Watt, like over there with Terrence Steele. Like he did better than a rookie, but that shouldn't be the bar. We paid you that
Mm-hmm.
money. It shouldn't be the
Mm-hmm.
bar. So when Terrence Steele is a run blocker first, a lot of your offensive line are run blockers first. You will solve 90% of 85% of your problems when you change that. So if this year, if Clayton Adams is really what he say he is, and
Mhm.
Schottenheimer is preaching really what he say he is, the offensive
Mhm.
line will be better because we're actually going to attack these guys and letting us lean on them instead of them coming at us. Just from the service level point of view. So Terrence Steele will be better, but he is in my plans. We need to start like looking for a new right tackle in the next 1 or 2 years, in my opinion.
I do. I totally agree. I think maybe not this draft, but you maybe start looking and free agency. I don't know, but you definitely need to start looking at because he came in undrafted. He was a good feel good story, and I'm not hating on him, but it just seems like it hasn't been consistent. I know he had the injury, but now it's kind of going back. You're regressing, in my opinion, and you shouldn't
Mhm.
be doing that now at
Right.
this stage of your career. That's where I'm having an issue with him. Where yeah, you can kind of be replaceable now because you shouldn't be regressing at this point in your career now because you know what it is.
Right.
So I agree with you on that. Now let's talk about this right guard right here because Zach Martin done left. Zach Martin done left. He done left.
He didn't left.
And now Brock Hoffman's here. They got the guy from Miami. What's his name? Davis or something like that.
Robert Jones, I think his name.
Robert Jones, yeah, my fault. Got Robert Jones. He started like 30 some games, started 17 last year with Miami. Not bad. Bigger girth. Let me first say, I love Brock Hoffman's attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Getting nasty with it on the field, all that. I like Dallas for real needs that.
It does.
They needed that with everybody. We need more of that attitude. You feel me? So I love that about him. But just like last year when he first, or the 2 years before when he first came on the scene, Lou, I was like, let's not get enamored because he still was undrafted. The size is not there, and there's reasons why you went undrafted. Power, yeah, you can be nasty, but a couple games, great. But 17 games,
17.
that's where I can't put stock in that. He needs, to me, competition. He needs things put in front of him. He definitely can't just say, "Oh, Brock Hoffman's here." I like him. What's your thoughts about him? If you haven't checked the video, go check it out. But you got it live here. What's your quick thoughts?
Brock Hoffman. First, look, I understand everybody's, we okay and everything like that because Zach Martin, because he was breaking down so much, so bad, like he was, I think it was a back and a leg. You don't mess with that. That man, Zach Martin was bad last year. He was almost like you had a non-lineman on there, and you had two rookies. Like so, three of your linemen was compromised all year. So, but that's my point. Brock Hoffman had to come in and not be that, and that what I mean by that is healthy because that's what Zach Martin was. Zach Martin couldn't step anymore. Zach Martin couldn't move his feet anymore. He was basically he was old man, like how it hurts to move. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And when it hurts to move, you can't be in the spot. And a lot of, especially in the interior, you got to be in the spot. So that's why you got Aaliyah McNeil from the Lions, whooping up on them and getting paid afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you start seeing that. And Brock Hoffman had to come in and not do that. Now, this is why I had to push back with y'all on Brock Hoffman. This not Brock Hoffman primary position, and y'all want him to start in. He lost his primary position. It wasn't even close. He played center, and we knew who the starting center was. I knew the starting center when they drafted, but by the second preseason game, halfway in, Brock Hoffman was getting all the reps because BB won clearly. You know what I'm saying? And it was a reason why he won because why? Like, think about it. Why do they prefer BB over the guy who's been playing center all his life? It's because they want to be strong in the interior.
Yeah.
We just being in the guy's face, be hat on hat, isn't enough. That's enough in McCarthy's scheme, who got 3 run plays in his Waffle House call sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all he got. All he got is outside zone, inside zone, and maybe a duo. Zone scheme running, all it is about is shading. We giving a running back like 3 alleyways. So all we got to do is shade and hey, running back, pick it. We're switching to that, Cowboys fan. We're switching to something different. Gap scheme, it ain't like that. Gap scheme, we got to say, hey, we're running in the A and B gap, and that's it. You telling the running back, that's it. So that means we got to create a lane. You can't create a lane by just putting hat on hat and just shading to the guy. No. We got to move people. We got to get people out of there. And that's where I have I disagree with people. Like Hoffman is not a move you out the way guy. BB is. Tyler Smith is. Like that's the stuff they can follow. That's what they've been their entire life. And people saying, "Oh, can we teach it to them?" You can a little bit, but this is just like basketball. If somebody been playing center all their life and now you want them to play point guard and be playmaking like Chris Paul, it's just a level they're not going to hit yet because they ain't been doing it all their life. Like it's their football life as well. So I want, Brock Hoffman is nasty, but can he get, combo with Steele and let's get movement on that 3-tech up to the backside linebacker? And because Tyler Smith is pulling, and we got a running back that need the lane immediately. Like gap scheme is about timing. We can't mess around. You can mess around in zone because we handed it off, we reading, and with the running back can hit front side, he can hit it out the gate, he can cut it back. We gotta part the Red Sea. We have to part the Red Sea. And do I see Brock Hoffman being that? No, not flat out. No, I don't. I want somebody in here who's at least more nasty on the point of attack that can do that. Brock Hoffman's smart. He's literally Cooper Rush versus, I don't want to say Trey Lance, but Cooper Rush can see all. Cooper Rush is gonna be a great coach. He's gonna be a great coach because he can process like all out. Problem is he got an arm noodle. Like you can see it, but can you act on what you see? Because it's just football is two sides, 90% mental, 10% physical. So you got the mental part right, and I should commend you for that. But the 10% physical, that's where the results is. That's where the immediate results are.
So what do you think about that question from Ty Church, my dog? How do you feel about Will Hernandez?
I would take Will Hernandez. Will Hernandez is nasty on the point of attack. Only thing is what I tell y'all with all these linemen that's in the free agency. I'm gonna keep preaching it. There's a O-line play is rare. Good O-line play, not great. Good O-line play is rare. And when teams get them, they don't let them go because they realize how valuable it is. So if somebody's out there, 9 times out of 10 is because it's play. They feel like they can literally give up assets or draft somebody that's clearly better than you, or big injury. And Will Hernandez got big injury concerns. So can I trust him for a 17? I would prefer him over Hoffman, though. That does answer the question.
Yeah, I feel you. And see, with all that Lou explained in great depth, and I loved it, I told you. That's why I didn't like Brock Hoffman. He ain't big enough. That's it. That's it. Everything Lou just said, I'm coming back and said, I told you he ain't big enough. That's what I seen when I see the tape. When he's firing off the line, he's not moving them. And I don't care if it's a feel-good story, and I don't care if you're nasty and fighting with him after the play. That's all good. But at the end of the day, I need you to get them back so we can get 3 to 4 yards on these 4, 5 yards on a carry. Not keep getting pushed back and then it's 2nd and 9 and we're like, here we go again. I'm tired of seeing that, and we need to get power. So, what do you think of? Do you think Robert Jones is? I mean, he's like 320. I mean, 325, 330. What do you think about his play when you saw a little bit of him?
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Nope. See, I trust Lou already. I don't know.
But the Miami's O-line is bad, and they, you know what I'm saying, they cut them from it. They're like, we gotta look at you like, dang, you wasn't good enough for that one. And we had a bad O-line. We didn't have a bad. We played bad, but Miami got a bad O-line, and they felt like, hey,
and they was real soft with it. So you feel me? You just came right over the butter. You left butter, came back over the butter. So yeah, I feel you with that. And we're gonna circle back to that right guard because we'll talk a little bit about the draft. Center position. Obviously, you talked about Cooper Beebe. I like him just because that size. He's smart. We had his dad. Anytime somebody has, like, your dad played, all you all do is do football all day and night. I'm sorry, and your offensive lineman, I just feel good about that. And I just feel like you're just going to it's going to be an easy transition to the pros. And I wasn't worried, in my opinion. I don't care if he had never played it because his father said he had played it when he was young. So my thing is you already had the formula for it, and you already have a good foundation with your father and where you played and the coach that's even over here in Dallas now. So do you think in his second year, does he kind of take that big leap? Because you've seen offensive linemen that are like really good their first year, Lou. And then the next year they just bam, they like damn near all pros. And does he have that?
Oh yeah, he has it.
That's what I feel too.
He has it. The main thing with him was the mental capacity of him going from guard to center. like seeing it, and teams were
Mm-hmm.
attacking him. They were attacking both our rookies because we were passing the ball a lot. So this thing I would like to point out is called a 50 protection, where like half the offensive line is in zone and the other half is in man. But the center, you can tell which one the side is in zone because the center gonna slide there. And there's certain rules that they have within it. It can get very confusing. Like when we have Dexter Lawrence, we playing him. We ain't sliding. Oh, ain't nobody man on man with Dexter Lawrence. The zone side
Right.
is always going to him, and
Mm-hmm.
teams know that. And I love what the Giants did. I respect football. You know what they did? They brought more up, to the line of scrimmage and saying like, hey, you want to slide a certain way, but you got this
You gotta
linebacker
cover that
walked up
backside
here.
because it's
You got
coming.
so you better break up this zone slide and and leave our guy alone. And that's why you can't hide Brock Hoffman because they gonna find him. You can hide
Mm-hmm.
him in center, but you can't hide him at guard. They're gonna find him and go at him. So yeah, Cooper BB, you right. I remember that episode. I watched that with y'all. They football recollection is just beautiful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was talking about how it was a game freshman year versus Texas Tech. He was going over the drive and what happened, what was the play. That's somebody who's not gonna stop until they get it right. And that's somebody I
Mm-hmm.
want on my football team. And you saw it
Mm-hmm.
throughout the year because at first he couldn't even see the stunts. Like he was still in that guard mentality. And I called him the three guards in the middle. I called him
Mm-hmm.
three guards. You're supposed to have a center and two guards because BB just won them all. And I get it. You at center. I mean, you at the guard. All you do is at the hand in your dirt, and you like who I'm finna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm finna go,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all. But now at center, you gotta hold on. Let me get to the line of scrimmage. Who's the Mike? All right, Mike. We double teaming over there. That's the Mike running back. That's the Mike. That's who we sliding up on. All right, what they in 4-2 over. All right, well, we saw what we saw on film. They love to do this little ET stunt right here. You can't just do that. It's more mental to it, and you got to snap the ball somebody right there in your face so they can get right up on you. And it's just more things he had to overcome. And when you saw it, I forgot what game it was. It was beautiful. He was picking up stunts and everything like that, and they stopped going at him. I'm like, yeah, he ready. And that's why I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep it there. And Vach, I don't want to take Vach's words, but he's right. Centers in the league are not powerful. All of them can move. Like Jason Kelsey from the Eagles, one a powerful guy. He gonna get
Right.
the job done. You know what I'm saying? He knows to maintain leverage and he'll get the job done. We never had a powerful center in the
Right.
league, like somebody who can move as well. That's why when somebody said, "Oh, let's move him back to guard," then you got you,
No.
you got weak center again. So like you can solve a lot of your problems up front if you have a powerful interior. 3rd and 1, the goal line, which we've been struggling with what last 2 years, because you couldn't run the
Mm-hmm.
ball. It's because you've been too finesse. If you sure up that, imagine us doing a damn tush push. Like
Right.
we're gonna
Right.
move people. You know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
gonna handle if
Right.
you handle A gap and the B gaps, that can step up for the edges. We'll get to Tyler the Guyton after we shore up this middle because that's the quickest way to the quarterback. These A gaps and B gaps. So BB is going. Hey, I am ready to break down this film because he's gonna be mauling folks. It's gonna be beautiful. Get your syrup. I may come up here and bring some syrup. I might put
Hey,
syrup right here
he
as a gimmick.
he is just like you said. When's the last time Dallas had a powerful center?
Was
We
Frederick
always have them
was
light
Frederick
guys.
was Frederick powerful? I think
Frederick was light. No,
he
Frederick
was
was
light. It was light.
smart.
Yeah.
Frederick was smart. That's what they loved about him. That's why they said, "Oh, you reach for him when they picked him
Mm-hmm.
when they did." He wasn't no powerful center coming out of Wisconsin. He was a very smart guy because you know what Wisconsin does. But you know Wisconsin has a lot of maulers on that
Yeah,
line. But he
yeah.
was not that. But he
Right.
was so smart, technique, those type of things. I think those type of things help you at center, especially you said it's a mental part when you come into the line of scrimmage, and Frederick had that. But
Mm-hmm.
now you have a guy that has that mental part and the size and the power with it. Dog, you don't move that. You build from that. You don't move
Exactly.
it. Once you
Exactly.
find it, you keep it there and you build around it now. And that's where he needs to stay. Because I get goosebumps because I don't know O line, but I know I love seeing when you can push guys back because it gets everything exciting. It changes the whole game when you start wearing on that defensive line.
What?
Now you play action, boy. You're
Play
doing
actually gonna be
so,
if you ball
bro.
in the middle,
Woo!
and not because now you affecting the middle line. You affecting the Mike, the green dot guy, the other team. If he's effed up, man, crossing routes. You want to help Tolbert out. I know we're trying to get rid of Tolbert. You want to help Tolbert out, man. Occupy that linebacker for a little bit so he can run behind him. I promise. And if he can't catch the ball with that much space, I don't know what he can do. But yeah, like play action will be nasty. Like nasty. I don't think people understand the play action is built off the run. You have to fool the defense. You have to whoop the defense so much or whoop the guy before him so much that they so worried
Mm-hmm.
about the run. Cause that's what the people teams be doing to us. When
Dog,
Green
and
Bay play,
that's Dak's game.
say it
You
again.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's Dak's game. So we're excited about him. Now, Tyler Smith, that has been the great back and forth because you're like, man, you tackle guard. Uh, Has he settled in at guard, and do you keep him there?
Oh, you keep him there as
Okay,
long as he's here. As
right.
long
I
as
agree.
he's here. Because you saw what happened when he went back out to tackle. He got to relearn tackle. He wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
and remember when he was at tackle, he wasn't great at tackle. He was, good. He was trending up. But now, man, he been in that phone booth so long, he forgot what that island is like. And you
Right.
saw it in the Pittsburgh game. Herbig was whooping up on him too. It wasn't in
Dog.
my it wasn't TJ Watt, y'all. Herbig was, boy, he got respect out of me. He was whipping on Guyton, Adoga,
Bruh,
and
bruh.
Smith.
I was yelling at the TV. Will somebody get him? Is somebody gonna block
51.
him? We all see this and y'all on the field. Please, somebody do this.
Exactly. And yeah, so you keep him at guard. He did regress last year, but when I saw, I forgot, it was the Niners game, and we was going up against, what's that former Cowboy? Malik Collins at D tackle. When I saw
Mm-hmm.
Malik Collins fire off and knock back Tyler Smith, I'm like, what y'all been doing at practice, McCarthy? Because when he's not physical, something is wrong.
Right.
Something is wrong with his
That's his
DNA.
game.
That's his game, and that's Malik. I don't know. No disrespect, NFL player. Malik Collins.
You feel me?
We like,
That
come
his
on
game
now.
has never been based on power. That's why he didn't like playing and die. He said, I want to pass rush. Y'all want to put me in that middle and stop and run. I don't want to be here no more.
and he firing off on the run, and he was knocking back Tyler Smith. I'm like, yeah, something is wrong. Yeah, I've been said, yeah, fire Solari. I've been said that, but I need to go make my way up because Coach Marr from Boss Cowboy, we've been having phone conversations, and as a head coach, he kept preaching to it. Listen, yeah, position coach, but he's getting his messaging from somebody, and I'm like, you are right. Who is he getting it from? And I'm looking up the totem pole. We can keep going. We really can go past McCarthy, but we ain't gonna do that today.
Yeah. Well, we feel good about those two, Terrence Steele and maybe hopefully, please Clayton Adams work with him. We know that right guard is the big gapper right there. Now let's talk about left tackle. Now this is what I said about Tyler Guy. I went to the Senior Bowl. I saw him. I said, I like his traits, and I said he gonna struggle though. Said it multiple times on multiple platforms. I said, you play right tackle. You're not coming in the NFL playing no left tackle, ain't played, and you're going against dogs. You're going to struggle. You're going to go through things. It's going to be bad. Yes, you got the traits, and hopefully he can rebound from it, but he's going to get worked his first year. And guess what the hell happened? You got worked. Now, we saw some games where I was like, okay, you know what I mean? But one thing that I noticed about Tyler Guyton to me, and I don't know if it's me, you tell me, it was lacking of strength to me. I didn't feel like he was strong, and it just felt like teams just moved him, did what they wanted with him, and I think that was one of his biggest problems.
You are 100% correct. Matter of fact, keep going back. I hate going back to Auburn. For everyone who thinks coach can fix everything, look at Tyler Guyton. Remember, he went to Duke. Remember, he came to the NFL. He did everything to try to get all of that bad because he had some bad college film. It was good, but he had some bad traits on that college film. He tried to get rid of it so much, so quickly within that summer. And the thing is, when it's time to get in that fight, you're gonna always resort back to what you've been doing your entire life. And that's what it is. When Tyler Guyton went out there, Duke probably was telling him to punch. Solari was probably telling him to punch, use your hands, punch. And he went right back out there and started wrestling when the going gets tough. And that's because that's how it is, you know? So yeah, he needs to get stronger. He got phenomenal feet. His feet can save him in a lot of things. And I think it's a mentality thing with him. I didn't like, it was immature, concerns. That's what really got to him. Be off the field, being a rookie,
Thank you.
having to be the Cowboys left tackle, having to have the entire load. Because bro, I talk about priority positions on the offensive line. The left tackle is the highest. That's why it's the most respected. That's why it's the most paid because you are going to get tested. because you're at a blind spot. If we can mess with the blind side, now the quarterback has lost trust. Now we got his eyes occupied down here at the line, and he ain't looking at the progression of the routes, anything like that. And now he late. Like that's the access, and I feel like that pressure got to Guyton. It did. And he didn't win a job to begin with, but and he went out there and that got to him. So he needs to get stronger. I need the confidence in his hands. I need to see confidence in his hands. Get in the boxing gym with Brock Hoffman because I saw him in there. Get
Yeah,
stronger. You need to stop resorting back to the wrestling. And then
mm-hmm.
hopefully Shoddy don't make the same mistake McCarthy did. McCarthy left his rookie, both his tackles on islands by himself for numerous of games. And that's why I get on McCarthy, because he was just, okay, you're going to pass the ball 70 times. Are you going to send chips out there? Are you going to send just a line of tight
Right,
end out
just
there?
man on man, this
Man,
rookie, and you got a dog right in front of him, and they laughing. Oh,
like,
this gonna be fun.
like what? And then they send stunts his way too. They're like, oh yeah, like, bro, that's a lot.
Could
We
you
over here talking.
imagine? I could only imagine what he was feeling on the field when he probably was like,
Miles Garrett,
"Damn, dog, get me out the game."
Miles.
I'm nervous because they're people don't understand when you're out there on that field and they know you don't know what's going on and they're deliberately attacking you. That's a scary feeling. I didn't play football at the highest level. I played more basketball at the highest level, but I remember when you would play the game and when people would isolate you because they know you can't stop it,
Yes.
it becomes a feeling, your confidence, and people are watching, the team is watching, people out there watching, you begin to break down. And that's what I was seeing. You begin to break down, that you can see the confidence losing because now they're isolating you and they're attacking you. You can see the confidence waning. So I said, you got to get in that weight room. Like you just said, Lou, the feet. Well, as long as you got those feet, I feel good about that because I can get you strong. I can get you strong. If you got good feet and we playing left tackle, we feeling great. And you 6'7". You feel me? And you 6'7". I love that. Get in that weight room, get really, really strong. And like you said, get the attitude. Get around Tyler Smith and them guys. Get around Hoffman as far as the attitude. Get around BB. Get around BB. That's what you really need to do. You need to get around BB.
Get around the old line coach, because that's who BB got it from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very confident. If he can come in, I want to see a nasty guy.
Yeah.
A
if he's nasty, we're going to be really good.
Oh. Man,
it'll change the whole offensive line if he comes in nasty, dog. It really will.
It really would. I wouldn't even worry about Hoffman.
Yeah, for real. I wouldn't trip as much if I knew him, Smith, and BB, because I think Terrence Steele his game would come up because those other guys. I just feel like his game will come up with other guys. Kind of like when we were talking about, like, when you're some people ain't the guy. Terrence Steele, you're not like the guy. But when the other guys are playing real good, your game seems to come up a little better. You tend to blend with the line. So that's why I need Guyton to take that next step and say, learn from that rookie year. Learn from it. Grow up. Get in that weight room. Get nasty, because the mentality is easy. You can do it. It's right there. And you have the ability. Look, the long arms, the size. You have all the traits to be great.
Right. It's just it's literally your mind is holding you back. Your mind is holding you back.
That's it.
I'm confident you can get into it. I think you just afraid because it was a lot. Like, hearing it on paper, like, damn, I gotta go up against Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Then TJ Watt may line up. He didn't line up over there, but he may come over there for me.
And your offensive line coach, he's whack. So that has a lot to do with it. If your coach, you feel me? Your coach has got to have good teaching. Your coach has got to instill the confidence as well. And if your coach is not doing that, it's a wreck for you as a player, man. It just is. It's just not good for a player. And I'm glad he's out the building. I'm glad we have the Clayton Adams. I'm hoping he's everything that people have been saying, what I've been looking. I'm hoping he is, because we need that type of mentality in this offensive line, because it's going to change the game and it's really going to help Dak Prescott going forward. Now, we've been in that chat and Boss been talking about that damn Tyler Booker like he just been talking about. I don't want to hear about this dude no more. I'm tired of hearing about this man. I don't want to hear about no damn Tyler Booker no more. Here's my thing, okay? And I'm going to ask you, okay, 12th pick. Let's say they don't trade out anything and Tyler Booker's there. Let's say Tech's gone. Let's say Genty's gone. And you could trade back or Booker's right there. Are you taking him?
10 times out of 10.
Oh
10
man.
times out of 10. I'm sorry, Big. I thought definitively he had the best film out of everybody in that draft. Everybody. And I'm weighing of the guys you're going up against and how you winning. Like he in the SEC, we know that. And this D tackle class is legendary. I'm telling you, all them guys had a bad day in the office when they went up against him. Everybody had a bad day. I love this kid. This kid is, you talking about nastiness, you talking about like mentality. That's
And
who
he
we
big as
need.
hell.
Big as all get out, like
He big as
330. Just
hell.
like
He
if
big
he
as
come
hell.
in with the right mentality, our offenses immediately change. I'm talking about immediate. And I think he got the tools as well, the technique as well. And like I'm naming all these traits, and you would think his strength is in the run game. Dog, he can pass protect all get out. All get out. I really do love the kid. But I understand how we got other needs. I'm not for moving a tackle to guard when I can get the best guard there. It's like this is just a mentality thing. Them tackles like people named like Campbell or
Mm-hmm.
Mimbow. If you not nasty at tackle, I gotta trust you to be nasty in the phone booth. If you're not nasty on the island, I don't trust you in the phone booth. I just don't. It's just a different mentality. It it's just a different mentality. Now I want somebody who was born there, who literally came out of the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And I love Booker, man. Love the kid.
Okay, so do you think I we hear here, but is there any what is his down traits? What do you think he needs to work on right now?
I think he can get heavy footed on the run game. And and I think somebody earlier was like, "Oh, I like Aston Richards more than Guyton." That's why we so high on Guyton. When you have good feet, you are always in position, and
Right.
half of the battle with offensive line is being in position. When you're not out of position, your hat is not play side. You'll lose a block, which means you'll never get movement, or which most likely happens, you have a lot of holding calls because a lot of people who have holding calls, they're out of position. You're like, you know what I'm saying? And with uh with Booker, he continues to get out of position. He got a bit of holding calls, but who else had feet problems and had a lot of holding calls? Tyler Smith.
Tyler
You
Smith.
know, Tyler Smith.
that's been
You know what
his
I'm saying?
that's been
That
his
was
MO is them damn holding calls.
right. And see, if you get him in here, I see the potential for his feet to get better because that's on the run game. I don't know why, but he moves so much. He moves much quicker in the passing game. You talking about sliding and kicking instead of like I guess drive blocking, like moving the feet and going forward vertical. He moves better laterally than he does going vertical, which is crazy. So I think there is some potential there. There's some translatable skills there.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna be mad at it because that dude is hella big. He gigantic, dog. I won't be mad at that. But here's my thing: let's say they went with that pick. My issue is you don't have a fourth. You got
hmm
to do some kind of trading because them next two picks, because between the third and the fifth, it's 75 picks.
hmm
Everybody gonna be gone that you want.
Right.
Everybody gonna be gone.
Right.
So you got to nail those next two picks. So that's my only worry if you did Booker at 12 because dog, you need a receiver.
I
You
know you
need
do.
a
I
receiver,
know.
and
And this
we
is why
need
you
a
came.
back now. Now,
hmm
do you think that we could, in your opinion, because this running back class is deep, do you think there will be a run on running backs to where you can't gamble past the third to get your running back maybe in the fifth? Because there have been backs in the fifth, but do you think there'll be a run?
I don't think this is gonna sound I don't think there's no run that will make me like less confident of picking like a starting caliber running back in the fifth round because there's that many running backs. It is that many running backs, in my opinion, that I'm very confident in that you can give the keys, not give the keys as a workhorse, but he can lead off your committee at most. Um, so that's why I would aim for it in the third round. But it's a lot. See, this is the Jones's problem. There's a lot of things. I'm going through DBs right now. Big. It's a man. There's some DBs in this class, man.
I know, but you don't
It,
think we can get them like in the fifth, though? You want to get them like in the third, because dog. Because who you getting in the second? Because I'm talking Booker, because well, I
you
don't know,
know,
because this McMillan thing is out there now, and I don't know what the hell is
he
going to
may
happen.
slide.
he may slide because you know
Yeah,
how people are. They see one damn video and then they start acting weird. So now he may drop because of it. But let's just stay away from that right now. Let's just say if you got Booker at 12, who would you pick in the second round? What position?
that's the thing. Like I'm not sold on anything. I'm letting the draft come to me. Like there's a good chance Tyleek. People gonna hate me. I'm gonna go O line in the first round and D line in the second.
I'm with that though. That
Yeah,
don't gotta be sexy.
because
Get Tyleek Williams
I'm
or get
getting the best players that's there. Like I know that's gonna come in because I got too many holes. I'm trying to fill
you
as
need
many as
trenches.
possible. I know, and that's why with these weapons, people, like I know y'all want running back and receiver. I was telling y'all going in the way we manage this thing, one may get neglected. If you take a receiver first, you're not taking a running back probably till later. You're not because we got too many other like there's too many good cornerbacks. For one, we got to walk out here with at least one in the top
Mm-hmm.
five because these corners there's some future stars in these corners. That's what I'm looking at. Then there's a lot of edges in this class. You may want to pick up one on there, even though we do got plenty of edges. The Cowboys, they may still pick up one linebacker, maybe later. Running back. If the best player on the board is a running back, take them. So you can get it out
Mm-hmm.
the way. So like I'm heavy on Booker now, but if we walk out of there with Hampton, I'm just as good because we handled running back and we got a guy. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go to the second round. I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's go to get receiver. No, if Tyleek Williams is the best one there, take him. If Henderson is there, take him. If Junkins is there, take him. Or if you got some other kids, we can't just go head in because it's too many gyms. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody call it this is a meat and potatoes draft. Like everything, there's some guys in between the top of half of the
Right.
draft, or there's a lot of hit and you're seeing it. There's some guys I'm gonna be laughing at. I'm gonna tell you, some guys
For
gonna get
real.
picked, and I'm gonna be laughing at them teams. I'm like, bro, I did not see it on film, and y'all ain't gonna make it no better because y'all already in the situation to begin with. But in the second, third, fourth round, I can't wait. There's some guys in this draft.
That's what I was saying in my opinion. It's not that first round class where you're just gonna see guys in that first round. I don't feel like it's that. But when you like you said, when you're seeing those second, third, and fourth rounds, that's when you're gonna see that's when you're really gonna be able to build this team. That's why I'm concerned, like I'm like Captain Trey back, because I'd rather go ahead and load up and really get these really good guys
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here
yeah.
and have multiple guys in here, multiple good guys, because that's what I need, especially on that front for the team. Now, I want to ask you about that running back because I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. But I want to ask you about that running back from Boise State. I ain't on him like that. You see me jump in the daggone, you see me jump in there, and I said I ain't on him like that. Y'all can be on him. I'm not on him like that. He good. Yeah, I seen the damn pro day. Yeah, I seen all that. But as an old lineman and you watch him, what's your thoughts?
Man, that's a guy. I think he the best running back prospect of this decade, not decade, like of the 2020s. Because I think he better than Bijan. I think he better than Gibbs. He just does a
Really?
lot more.
He better than Bijan?
I think he better than Bijan. Because I'm a Texas fan. You know, I love me some
Yeah,
Bijan.
that's why I said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he. Well, when I'm evaluating my as an old lineman, I really hold in high regards as first his vision. If you can't
Mm-hmm.
see it, I'm turning off your film. I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
good you are because you got to validate my work. You need to validate, and that's none of this is going to work if you can't see it. Then I want to see how are you when it's blocked up perfectly and you one on one with the safety. Are you gonna make him look stupid or he's gonna make you look stupid? And this guy, the O line wasn't good. I know, like I had some Boise State people coming in my video like, oh, the O line was good. It wasn't good. It was not the best O line. It was not, and he was still with that. Being able to bounce off people. People just the way you break tackles too. I pay attention to. Like if you just running through folks like a Cam Scatterbo, that
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna translate. God's gonna be much bigger,
Right.
much stronger. But when people can't get an angle on you, or I think J Tuck said, when people can't square you up, man, that's something you can take to the next league, man. I feel like that's gonna translate and that's gonna make you dangerous. And most importantly, I think his best film, his best game was versus Penn State. And not because he didn't go off. It's because Penn State was the number one, number two defense in the league, in the whole nation. And them guys
And they
stacked the
sold
box.
out. They
They
sold out.
sold out versus Boise State. He had enough. Gravity. That's what I call it. Gravity to pull in that many people to a box versus a number two defense, in the nation. They went in and they said, "Look, man, the scouting reports on Monday. Hey, we got to stop this fool. We got to stop it. I don't care if it is just Boise State. The tight end gonna have to beat us. The running back gonna have to beat us. He is not going to beat us. I don't care how great we are. That when you command respect on the other side, I take that into account too. So I feel like he can bring that to the next level.
Okay. He can bring it to the next level. Okay, all that. But
I
I don't want
mean,
no running back in the first round, dog. I'm sorry.
he ain't gonna
He
be
can be
there.
special. Good.
Yeah.
Somebody take him. You can be special for somebody else, and that's
I feel
fine
you. I
because
mean,
I feel
part of
like
me,
Dallas can get something later on and still be good. They can
yeah.
be okay. It's been proven you don't need that guy. And this is what I said, Lou. When they got Ezekiel Elliott was pretty damn good. But in 2016 and 2018, when we had that dog, what gave it up? Defense. When they
Yeah.
gated Ezekiel Elliott, they jumped on us early, put us 21-3. Now
Mhm.
you ain't running the ball no more. So that great running back you had can't do nothing. You get what I'm saying? In
Yeah,
2018, when you getting gashed and they're running all on you, you can't run no more because now you got to throw the ball. So where does that great running back have? So that's why I say don't invest that. And it's a first rounder. You can get it later. You need to still mess with these trenches, and I'm staying with it. I ain't changing for it. And
yeah.
I'll go with you on book.
Yeah. You are right, bro. Like for people and people don't want to hear that. Like that more positions mean more than other people. That's what I call it. That position is a luxury position. You are a luxury position when your success depends on another position group. I think safety is a luxury position as well, even though it's very important. I mean having them on the roof, but like if you can tell me if I'd rather have who's a great safety in the league, the guy from let's like Jesse Bates, or I'd rather have Micah on the edge. I'd rather have Micah on the edge because Jesse Bates can be covering for 3 hours. If we can't get to to Aaron Rodgers going 2016
He's gonna
year.
kill Bates.
He going 2016 year because at the end of the day, the DBs are there for the first 2 to 6 seconds. After that, it's scramble drill, and scramble drill you can't cover scramble drill. Hey, everybody know that. I'm an old lineman. I know that. All high routes, come low, all low, go high, get in the quarterback's face. That and
Yes, I'm gonna be mad.
yeah, I will be too.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad.
These
You gonna
corners,
be mad?
I would, because Will scares me a bit, and with his energy, I mean not injury, and he didn't run. When I watched his film, I think he's afraid to give up the big play. Anything underneath, boom. I think he would be perfect in Eberflus' scheme, but as a first
Not
pick,
at no damn 12. Hell
nah,
no.
as a 12, not at 12. I won't. There's some guys in the middle of the draft I'd rather have. I'd
And
rather
you can
have.
get it. You can get it. Do you think any of those? You think there'll still be some good quality in the fifth? We got like I think 3/5.
For running back?
No, for a corner.
Corner. Ooh.
Or do you think they'll be gone?
Boss like a guy. I still ain't looked at him yet, Jabbar Muhammad. But I think the wealth of the cornerback is third and fourth. We need that
Okay.
fourth.
Yep.
If we get that fourth, like if we can trade back and
We got to get a fourth.
if we get a fourth, we need to mark. We need what they call it, air market. We need to air mark that for a cornerback.
I feel you right there. Third and fourth. I'm feeling the vibe. I was saying that as well. Like get that fourth because that third and fourth. I feel like that's where I when I did the trade back and I picked up those extra picks. I picked up a fourth and I got a corner in them top 100. So I had to run it. I had the receiver. I had 2 defensive tackles. I had the corner and I had the running back.
Yeah. See,
in
like
the first top 100.
Yeah.
How can you not like that right there? Now I know you want the offensive lineman, but
I mean, if we like, no, I ain't gonna. I'm not offensive line in this draft. I'm only a few guys. If I can make that, I got names I want in mind, and it's literally
people. If they're not there, it's like all right,
like,
well let's do something else.
It's like 5 names, and I'm talking about in the whole draft. People keep sending me names. If he ain't, no, I didn't like his film. I swear to God, I didn't like his film. It's a lot of fluff in the offensive line class. I ain't gonna lie. I got names and I got some names in the back of the draft. If they ain't there, and like, hey, we just gotta take a flyer. Maybe you can go get a guy in free agency and do like the Eagles did and get a tackle and convert him. Mekhi Becton is out there, but do you want him?
Right. Well, dog, I really appreciate you. I said I wasn't gonna go no longer than an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep you forever, and I appreciate you, dog. First of all, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I've had met a lot of people in this game, and up and coming people. I'm gonna be watching your tape, dog. Like
Appreciate it.
I really, man, you're really good. Like I want to listen to you, especially the way you break down the film. I look at film, but when you play the game on a different level, you want to listen to that. And man, your information is great. The way you break down plays, it allows you to see it when you're looking at it. Now, when I hear you say it, I can go back and look at it again and be like, see, I was thinking about what this was, but then I don't know why I keep on saying Will. Lou said it to me, and now I can actually look at it. So, bro, you got a lot of talent. Please go support. If you ain't like, click, subscribe over there at Lou Takes. You better do it now, dog. I had heard about you, and I was like, man, I've been seeing you going hard in the chat, so I was like, nah, dog, he be going hard. I like that. Now we need to do the show because he be going hard. But bro, I'm just telling you, you got a lot of talent, man. Please keep going hard with those film breakdowns. Love the way you speak on air. Great information. You teach the game as well as talking about the team and things of that nature. You just have a lot of great things going for you, man. And I'm just continue to pray. I'm gonna just support you as much as I can. Send a lot of many people's way as I can to you because you have what it takes, and I really love listening to you, especially your breakdowns. And I can't wait to you more. And I thank you for blessing me with this show today. I really appreciate it.
Man, thank you for giving me an outlet to talk some football, man, and talking with one of the greats, man. I really do appreciate it. I really do, man. If y'all on my side, make sure you subscribe to Big. If you've been on my corner of the universe, you don't know about Big Game James. Final word on what Wednesdays. Look, he gonna give it to you real. He called the mess that the Joneses and what they were doing. He literally called the lame duck season a year and a half before, or right when the Green Bay game happened. Like he literally called it. He's like, I'm like, you think so, Big? He's like, yep. And it played out just as he saw it.
Hey, I appreciate it, dog. That's why we all got a good lane, and when it all kind of comes together, it makes it great. And that's what I love about this thing, especially with all the content creators we have in there. Everybody has a nice little niche, and then when you get to come together with it, you can see all the parts kind of form out. So I just really appreciate it, and just keep up the good work, dog. A lot
Appreciate
of
it.
greatness is heading your way. A lot of doors are going to open up for you, and I can't wait to see it. And I really appreciate you taking out the time. When we get off of here, I'm going straight off because I'm grabbing something to eat, dog. So when I click off, I love you, dog. When I click off, I'm
Yeah, it's
clicking
all
off.
good.
I'm just already letting
I
you
feel
know
you.
because I'm waiting for the food. You feel me? You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I
sir.
need to go ahead and handle that food. But hey, once again, go check out Lou Takes. Young and up and coming in the system in this game, gonna turn up, gonna go crazy, and I really appreciate the time. This Big Gay James, Lou